Hello everyone and welcome back to the Yu-Gi-Oh video on the channel. Today we're going to be going over something that occasionally happens, and that is the show misleading us or implied foreshadowing for things that don't actually happen. These things are in no particular order, so now let's dive into 10 times that Yu-Gi-Oh tricked us. Also, disclaimer, I was not the one that noticed most of these, since most of them are in the subbed versions of shows that I only watched the dub for. Number 10. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, Yuma and Astral have 3 different Zexal forms. Each one of them has their own chant. The chant for the first form is, "When two distant souls become one, the power of Zexal is revealed." The chant for the second form, the Hope form, is, "When two hearts join together in the spirit of hope, nothing is impossible." And the chant for the ultimate form is, "When two kindred spirits unite, their future has no limits." During the final duel against Nash, Yuma and Astral start to Zexamorph. Since they say the chant for the first form, I was really excited because the first form is personally my favorite. But surprise, it isn't the form I thought it was. It's actually the ultimate morph. They said the wrong chant. Come on, people, get it right. Number 9. In one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 openings in the sub, it seems to foreshadow a duel between Yuya and Yugo, which would have happened in the Friendship Cup. As I discussed in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Revisions video, that matchup could have easily happened instead of Crow vs. Yuya in the semifinals. Why they put this in the opening but didn't actually make it happen, I don't know. Number 8. This is another foreshadowed duel that didn't end up happening, that being Yuma vs. Kite in the Duel Carnival finals. In one of the Zexal openings in the sub, they appear to be dueling in a sphere field that looks like the one used in the finals. Except Kite didn't make it to the finals. I feel like this one not happening makes a lot more sense than the previous duel though, because to make this happen, Yuma would have had to beat Vetrix in the semifinals and Shark would have lost to Kite, making it so Shark's soul would have possibly been consumed by the number unless beating Vetrix stopped that, and also Kite might have taken his soul, so he's really bad off either way. The other option, of course, would be to keep the matchups the same and just have Kite beat Vetrix, so Shark's soul would have been saved and Yuma and Kite would duel in the finals. But let's be real, there's no way that's happening. No, the protagonist always has to beat the villain. So, like I said, I take less issue with this one than the other one, but the opening still misled us, so it's here on the list. Number 7. In the Battle City theme, which of course is in DM, we see Marik and Yami squaring off in the blimp, and they seem to be about to duel. The problem with this is they don't duel in the blimp. The last few matches of the Battle City tournament are held on top of the duel tower, and in fact, Yami never faces Marik at all. Instead, he faces Yami Marik. I've heard a theory that it's not foreshadowing a duel, it's just showing the rivalry between them, but it's still misleading. Number 6. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, one of the openings shows Bastion with Water Dragon and a Fire Dragon. I feel like this is a pretty famous one, but Bastion never uses the Fire Dragon at all. Number 5. In Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, one of the openings shows most of the signers facing off against their Dark Signer foes. Yusei faces Kallen, Akiza duels Misty, and Jack squares off against Carly. Actually, the Leo and Luna vs. Divac duel is never shown in the opening, but we're not talking about that now. The opening makes it seem like the Misty duel was supposed to be a standing duel and the Kallen duel was supposed to be a turbo duel. These are correct, but then the Carly duel appears to be a standing duel, and it's not. Jack and Carly's duel runners are nowhere to be seen in that shot, and it seems like the plan was for the Carly duel to be a standing duel, which makes more sense anyway, but then Carly shows up in a duel runner and the duel ends up being a turbo duel, so plans appear to have changed. Number 4. One of the subbed Zexal openings makes it seem like Yuma was going to duel Quentin, but this duel unfortunately never came. Honestly, this would have been pretty cool to see, but we didn't get it. Actually, Quentin is the only Arclight that Yuma never dueled. He dueled Trey twice, once in a 1-on-1 and once in a tag duel, dueled Quattro on that same tag duel, and dueled Vetrix during the Duel Carnival finals. So to have it foreshadow that Yuma was going to duel the last Arclight makes sense, but it's disappointing that we never got the actual duel. Number 3. Another one of the sub-Zexal openings makes it seem like Yuma and Astral were going to be dueling someone in the Magma Field during the Duel Carnival, and that they were going to Zexamorph. In reality, Quattro and Shark were the ones that dueled in the Magma Field, and Yuma and Astral didn't use Exomorph until the finals. Number 2. In the second Arc 5 opening in the sub, it appears to depict a duel between Yuto and Declan. Sadly though, this duel never happened. That also would have been a really cool duel to see, which is why I would like to make it during the V2 for Arc 5. And finally, number 1. This is something that you really have to nitpick at, but I needed one more item for the list, so here we are. On one of the DM openings in the sub, there's a scene that shows Yugi and Joey in the blimp. In the shots, you can see the entrance behind Yugi, but not behind Joey. This seems to foreshadow a duel between Yugi and Joey on the blimp. If it was just showing the two of them dueling, but not specifically dueling each other, the entrance should have been visible behind Joey as well, because Yugi and Joey both stood in front of the entrance the only times that they dueled on the blimp. I don't think this duel could have realistically happened without some major plot holes down the road though, or at least missing out on awesome duels during the semifinals. If Joey dueled Yugi, then that would mean that Odion would have had to duel Yami Bakura, and that would have really messed up the rest of the finals, so good call to the writing team. And that wraps up 10 times that Yu-Gi-Oh! Tricked us. Let me know if I missed any in the comments down below. Don't forget to leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And as always, have a great day everyone.